Hello, Aries. Welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, and this is your June monthly reading. Today, I will be laying out a yummy Celtic cross spread, and we will close off the reading with a tarot card from the Herbcrafter's Tarot for the Aries Collective. Do keep in mind these are general readings, so take only what resonates. I recommend checking out your sun, moon, rising, and north node for additional context and texture. And if you're interested in a personal reading, I will have links in the description below, along with links to my social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at creatorsonthecrest. Okay, Aries, let's get into this reading and see what's going on with you for the month of June. Okay. You are definitely talking already. Interesting. This one goes there. Very specific. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Aries, you're showing up with the Devil card. It's starting us off. This is a Capricorn energy, so you might look for that energy in your chart or those placements. You could really be working hard on something, but you could also be maybe pushing a little too hard. The challenge coming in on top of that is a little bit of blindness and confusion. So if you are pushing forward and you're moving forward and things are going you're getting a little ahead of yourself, things are going a little too fast, you may want to reel it in. We will get some clarifiers though. In your focus energy, your needed focus, there's some sort of training or challenge with a Five of Wands coming in here, where through a little bit of tension, you're somehow learning, growing, or changing in some way. In the past, you're leaving behind the Knight of Wands. So some sort of passionate energy. I'm wondering if it has to do with maybe pushing yourself too hard or overworking a bit. That's lending itself to the confusion that you're dealing with at the present moment. And in your strength is the Justice card, which shows me that there's the potential here for things to be brought into balance. And that's also a Libra energy. So you might look for those energies in your chart as well, the energies of Libra and where that shows up. That would also be connected to 7th house energy for you. So you could look for those in your chart. In the future, you get the 8 of Pentacles. So possibly working very hard on something, putting a lot of hard work and effort into something. But it seems more like it's focused than just overwhelmingly, pushing forward without knowing, what direction to go or overworking. This seems like hard work, but it's more focused. It's more meticulous energy that I'm seeing. In the advice and support, you are being encouraged to maybe keep things a little closer to the vest with the 4 of Pentacles, maybe focus on some investments, some savings, focus on kind of protecting your resources and your environment in some way. In your current environment, in your home, your work, your office, you get the Star. So really maybe looking at something you've built or some redecoration you've done or something that remodeling maybe that you've done that you're really feeling happy about. It feels like kind of like you wish to get something done on the home front or in your environment, and it has come to light. It's come to be, it's come to pass. In your hopes and fears, the 8 of Wands. I think it has to do with the speed at which you're pushing forward. Your energy is to hope to get a lot of things done, but maybe for it not to totally get you all stressed out and bogged down in the meantime. Because here you are, you're coming in and you want these quick moving energies. But I think maybe sometimes you feel like you have to always be the one to do it. right? So there may be, that Justice card may be coming in, like maybe it's time to hire an assistant or a secretary, or, you know, get someone who can help you with something or offload something from your plate. In the potential outcome, you get the Three of Pentacles, collaboration. So that to me tells me that some other energy or person coming in is going to help you through this balance. And we'll take a look and see here. Let's do some clarifications. Okay, so we've got this Devil card. You might be overworking. You're a bit stressed out. You're pushing. It feels like a very pushy energy, pushing a little too hard. And to clarify the Devil, you get the Strength and the Hanged Man. Yeah, the Hanged Man is coming in saying, whoa, 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 Aries, slow down. Slow down. Let's, we know you're used to, you know, firing. You're used to firing on all cylinders, but it's time for some rejuvenation. It's time for some repairs. Let's rest for a moment. Let's change our perspective entirely. Let's give our mind a break. Let's take a mental health day. Some of you might need to take a mental health day from work. There's Leo energy showing up here. So this is, you know, courage, and this is the lion heart and embodying some of that wisdom. You may be also having a bit of an ego battle going on here with Aries and Leo energy coming together. You know, the Hangman though comes in, and this is what is going to help you see how you can stop doing this, because it's really putting a challenge on you. And it's keeping you blinded to something else that needs to open up. Possibly for some of you. Are some of you maybe avoiding the dating scene or avoiding looking for a partner and dating because you're pouring yourself into work, or maybe you've had a loss in that area and now you're kind of recovering. It will be different for different experiences, but there seems to be this challenge of like where you're just too busy to pay attention to the love around you, but there's love around you with the Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. This could be if you're in a current partnership, this is your partner, this is your family wanting some of your time and attention. This, for those of you who are just throwing yourself into work and ignoring people, it's time to come out of that. It's time to look around you, take the blinders off, look around you, and allow people in, because you don't just need it for yourself personally. It looks like you need it for yourself on a business and professional level as well. And so you want to start welcoming those energies in. This is challenging because I feel like you feel like if you stop one thing, like everything is going to crash down, but I don't see that. I see there being challenge here for you, but I don't see everything crashing down, at least not yet. With the Five of Wands, you get the Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, so in your focus area, it's like you're going against the grain. It's like you're paddling upstream. There's too much energy being exerted for what you need to do. It's like taking your bike up a hill in the wrong gear and you're not making any progress. You're actually kind of grinding yourself down here, it appears. The Six of Wands comes in and says, now, wait a minute. No, like, you've done this before. You've been here before in these energies, and it's time to slow down and balance these out. We need to look at some of the success that we've had. We need to take a moment to celebrate some of the celebrations that we've had. I feel like you're in such a go mode that you're not even seeing the good things that have unfolded. And so if you are running a business, if you're a people manager, this might be time for you to slow down. You've been pushing your people, you've been pushing your employees. Time to slow down. It's time to give them some rewards. It's time to do an award ceremony, do some summer gifting. There's got to be something you can bring into this, because Otherwise, these tense, challenging energies are just going to keep perpetuating, and it looks like you're the one who has the power to change that. You may be in a position of leadership here that is really requiring you to. And the Queen of Pentacles comes in, and you know, usually when I think of Aries energy, I think of the Emperor. It's really, you know, dedicated, solid, stable. And the Queen of Pentacles is also dedicated, solid, and stable. But it's in a more subtle, nurturing, caring, and grounded way. And so, you know, you can still have all the things that need to happen get done, but you can make sure those happen and get done in a different way with a different approach here. So if you are in a work environment where you are in a position of leadership and you've been pushing yourself and expecting everybody to push themselves as hard as you push yourself, we need a little reprieve here. You're going to lose some people. You're going to lose some people if you don't change it up. It's going to be tense, or just, you know, not good things are going to happen. Could be the same thing. Are you pushing your kid too hard? You know, are they ready to make a change and you're not listening to them? You know, it's that kind of energy of push needs to be relieved. In the past, you're leaving behind that Knight of Wands, okay? It's clarified by the Hermit and the King of Pentacles. So this is really coming up to me as like father wounding and father issues, or patriarch healing in your ancestry, going back in the patriarch, paternal, I keep saying patriarch, maybe that is for some of you, in the paternal lines, and doing some healing work. You know, this is something that I think is affecting you. It may be, for some of you, something you've been running away from, but it's always there. It's like trying to run away from something that's always there. It just like ends up right in front of you again. With this Hermit coming in, it ends up right in front of you for you to look at over and over and over again. And I feel like it'll keep coming up. And I feel like that might be part of why you're pushing so hard in other areas, or you've got the workaholic thing going on, or you know, you're running from this. But it actually, like, you're facing that and bringing balance to that. And it's hard when you're the one in the ancestry who's aware of it and has to deal with it. It's a lot on one person's shoulders, absolutely. But that's what it's looking like. It's looking like some father wounding is on par to be healed. And in your strength, you get the Justice card. So this is about bringing balance into maybe the situation, bringing balance with a little bit of healing, a little bit of support that you need to get. Also, it could be, you know, countering some of that energy by celebrating your employees, your family, doing some sort of celebration. Maybe you weren't fully present recently for some birthdays or graduations, and you kind of have to come back around and say, okay, now I'm gonna be more present for these important people. I mean, this isn't about giving energy to people who aren't supportive back. This is about being able to recognize what's going on around you and making sure that, especially if you're in a position of leadership, that everyone is feeling valued. In your strength, the Justice card, clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Six of Swords. Yes, this is I like the balance. I feel like the Queen of Wands balances the earth energies with the fire energies. These are, you know, I feel like there's an illumination coming to you that brings you into better balance. Some sort of something is being illuminated. You could have also, there may be a pet, an important pet or familiar that you have. Whether they're still alive or past, they're like by your side. It's a pet that has seen you through some of these challenging times is coming up as important. And we have the Six of Swords here, which is moving to calmer waters. And I can feel the tension from this reading, and it really puts a lot of tightness in the heart space here, Aries. So I really want you to be careful of that. I want you to nourish and take care of your heart. Make sure you're checking your blood pressure. Make sure that you are, you know, slowing down so you can pay better attention to your body. I'm getting your strength is really slowing down here, and bringing balance in and becoming fully aware of what's going on around you, because I think you've been a little blinded to that, a little closed off. You might find something that needs your attention around you. In the future, that Eight of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the World card. So yeah, I really see you slowing down. Now, for some of you, this could have built up to the point of like a heart attack or something kind of scary, like you had to have an EKG or something. So for some of you, this is like, it's like got so bad, maybe you had like heart problems, or maybe you had like, when you drink too much caffeine, sometimes you get those pre-ventricular contractions, and those have like kind of scared you, and kind of like you're kind of like waking up to, oh my gosh, I need to, I can still work hard in a more focused way and bring a better balance to my home life, and kind of put an end to the overworking, overstressed, over pushing kind of energy. For others of you, this could be, honestly, you might not be doing anything super physical. You might be in this from a mental perspective, in some sort of grind where you're completely overthinking, and you're almost got yourself into what I want to say is delusions around this, like around, and it harkens back to that father wounding that is so important to heal. This is tricky. I'm probably gonna have to call this one Dear Old Dad, because I feel like there's something there. Even if your father was on the healthier side of things, there seems to be some sort of guidance that was left out for you. And with Father's Day coming up, Father's Day is important. If you're a father yourself, for some of you that are fathers, or in the way that you father, maybe you have nieces, nephews, cousins, you know, you may not have your own kids, but you could, the way you are fatherly in the world, the way you express love through fatherly behaviors, or if you're the female, the way that you seek that for you, for your children, for your partner, you know, you could be going through these kind of father energies, right? Even if father was kind of healthy, there are still ways that are very innocent and completely malleable minds, and they get shaped, they get influenced, they get, you know, triggered, and they go into protection mode, and there's some of this going on here from what I can see, and it all kind of ties back into you overdoing it in some way. Woo. I'm gonna relax down, because I can feel all the tension, it like, all in the abdomen and the heart, and everything is just tight. Okay, in this advice and support, oh boy, we have the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles to clarify the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. So Aries, you've been holding on to something, and I think it's connected to the paternal lineage. I think it's connected to the father. For some of you, this is ancestry stuff, and it's quite heavy. You're like reclaiming the power for your entire ancestry. If you're a female, you may have a son, and because you have a son, that has triggered, you know, it's triggered in you like something about the males in the family that needs attention. You're interesting. because of the confusion and kind of the indecision that is upon you right now, and because you're maybe not seeing everything around you, because you do have this, like, it's almost like this big strong father energy is rising up, and you may have the tendency to hold back, to close off a bit here. And since this comes up in the advice, it seems like it might be kind of good advice for you to hold on to things right now, to hold steady through this, to try to stabilize yourself through this, to maybe not make any big decisions at the moment about things, you know, if you can. Maybe put off some big decisions as you're trying to open yourself up to the relationships and love and friendships and things going on around you, the dating world, whatever it is. You're focused on celebrations. You're working on spreading a little joy to whomever's around you the best way you can, while you also give this to yourself. It may not be the best time to make major decisions. So I am getting the advice of, like, hold off on any major big decision. Let June kind of work itself out, and let some of these father energies get worked out. In your environment, you have the star. So remember I said I got that, like, kind of like happy, feel good. Like maybe you remodeled something, or maybe you had made a purchase of something that you wanted for your home, or you cleansed your office, or you did something. Clarified by the Two of Pentacles and the Lovers. Yeah. Because you have done that work, I feel that it's time to bring partnership in. There's like pressure, unnecessary pressure valves, I guess, or the valves that are under a lot of pressure and they need releasing. And it really looks like partnership. I know you've been maybe wishy-washy about that, or about asking someone for help, particularly at work, or possibly around the house, or maybe something like that. But in your environment, you have this opportunity of partnership. And I see it, the collaboration also coming in for you in June. Let's look at this Eight of Wands, this in your hopes and fears, the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. Then we're moving into the Three of Pentacles as the potential outcome. There are you have some very innate, deep gifts, talents, and abilities. It's almost like you don't want me to say it. Very powerful, innate, deep gifts. And part of what is involved with those gifts is loving offerings and collaboration with others. So that requires both a willingness to play in the sandbox and to do so with a heart, with an open heart, and to offer gifts of love. Now, I feel like for some of you, that's like, oh, it's maybe asking too much right now. And I understand. I understand you're trying not to maybe make some big decisions. It looks like you have made big calls and big decisions, and you've kind of got yourself overworked. But it's also a very refreshing energy coming in of collaboration for you and love toward new friendships, new opportunities, new groundbreaking things. And I mean, this is a loaded reading, Aries, because you're giving me, there's a lot of energy coming in for you in June here. In the outcome of the Three of Pentacles, you get the Seven of Cups and the Moon. So you're not quite seeing yet all the choices that are going to open up to you as you work through these energies. Once you're in better balance, which is in your strength here with the Justice card, you're pulling in on those Libra energies, and you're like, okay, let me get in better balance here. I will ask for help as needed. I will do the things I need to do to make sure that I'm not in that overstressed state perpetually, because it feels like a lot of cortisol and there's just so much pressure. that those valves need to be released, and you can still do very good focused work. That's what I see coming up in your future, but you're putting an end to the cycle of just overstressed and overworking, which leads to confusion, which leads to you kind of closing off from the world. It seems to me an opening up, even though you have, like in the advice and support, to kind of hold on to some things here. And maybe this is a sense of like you do have a lot of plans, and you do move forward with that ferocity, you know, that fierce nature of yours, but you may not want to reveal everything quite yet. You might want to keep a few things behind the curtain with the wizard, right? And that's okay. So maybe you're not making huge decisions, but what about little collaborations to open up to? What about if you are opening up to the dating world? What about going out for that coffee with someone? What about giving it a chance? We're talking about like heart opening here, okay? And not in the way where you just charge through, but in the way where you're like, just let it, you know, like a nice, slow, steady opening of the heart, you know. You have enough shocking energy on your system right now. We don't want to overload. Gentle things, Aries, gentle things for yourself. Balance. Whew, you took me on Mr. Toad's wild ride there. Is that what I'm going to call this? I thought I had another name for it, but now I'm wondering if I'll call it Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, because your energies, only an Aries can do this. Aries, let's pull a card to close off your reading from the Herbcrafter's Tarot. Aries, you get Curandera of Earth, Sweetgrass. The Curandera of Earth knows that when we share the sweetness of life with another, all may thrive. She brings attention to the rich bounty that nature provides. She visits her garden and the wild places often and shares her knowledge and wisdom freely with her people. Sweetgrass grows best in community with other prairie land plants. The Curandera of Earth tends to the land out of a heart that is overflowing. She says, thank you, thank you, thank you. People are drawn to her grounded, steady presence. Her counsel brings faith and inspires prosperity. Ooh, the Curandera of Earth and Sweetgrass. I actually love sweetgrass. I have some. I'm probably going to go burn it now after this reading. It is such... I love how it's braided. I love the sacred uses of it. That may be something that you take a look at and make sure you get some sustainably harvested sweetgrass and utilize that in ritual or to help you through this time as you're working through, as you're on this wild ride and working through these energies. Aries, thank you so much for joining. Powerful reading, and I will see you next time.